What was your favorite thing about
Working on this film. I think that was probably it. The entire experience was amazing. But honestly, I think one of the things that I loved the most that set this apart from other projects is that, yes, you're working on a gigantic blockbuster sci-fi movie, although you don't really think about that at the time. What I loved was the way that Gavin Hood, the writer-director, told the story and made it incredibly real. The way he directed the actors to be very human, very connected, and very, very real in a surreal situation. The ability to be subtle and caring and loving was a real pleasure. Plus, we had time to rehearse, which you just don't ever get in these situations. But it was really important to him that as a family we got to know each other, and that had to be my favorite part, was getting to know these amazing actors.
So, my next question is, how did you differentiate your relationships with each one of the Wigginses?
Yeah.
Was that, did you have different one-on-one sessions with them where you had to do dialogue with them?
Sure, yeah. Well, the three children are very different. Peter was a sociopath. Valentine was too nice to make it. Ender was a third, so there's a stigma associated with that, and there are things that he has to do to, that he feels he has to do to protect himself. So I think it's like their personalities are so different as characters, but also obviously as people. You get to know them the way you get to know, any new people. But what was so nice in this situation is they were very easy to love. They were very easy to want to protect. And then my relationship with John is, complicated, and he's tough on Ender, and he has things that he wants. But at the end of the day, we both want our family to stay together.
And were there any challenges while filming, or what was the biggest challenge?
Gosh, the biggest challenge probably, honestly, was seeing all of this incredibly cool sci-fi stuff going on and not being able to talk about it. Because there's so many surprises in the movie for people, and Zero G is breathtaking. So yeah.
So if there's one thing that you want audiences to take away from this movie, what would it be?
That it's not your typical sci-fi film. That it is amazing visually, but that it's a movie that families can go and see, and there are things to talk about, leadership and morality and ethics and staying true to your values and all of that. That are a big part of it.
Thank you so much.
Of course.